All right, this is going to be the in-depth training on reports and just some of the options that you can use to sort of customize, these standard reports to give you the information you want, and kind of see that information in the best way that works for you in your company. So we'll start by going to explore some estimates and take a look at the standard estimate. All right, we'll select a cut vinyl, go over and preview the standard estimate. You'll see all these options, tons of different options that you can have in terms of what information you want to show on the report. The show parts unchecked, right off the bat, because most people, when you're sending out an estimate or an invoice to a customer, you don't want that parts grid to show. That's more along the lines for something that you would want on the internal work order for the people working in production. So we'll leave that unchecked, and you can go through and look. These are all really just personal. Do you want to hide the line item descriptions? Do you want to print the totals? Show entered by, all these kind of options. So we'll go ahead and preview this as it is. As you can see, this is the look that most of you guys have probably seen. Line item 1, the product description, and just to kind of show you guys, if you go back up to setup, and then say for some reason you do want to show parts, this is just so you guys can see the change, and then you'll see the parts grid under there. And so it's just really it's important to take the time to kind of go through and see the different options you have on all these different reports. Now we'll go over and explore some orders and find a roll sign print. Go over print, and we'll view the standard work order. And right here, show customer info on pages greater than 1. I always decheck this personally. You don't want all the information to show on every subsequent page after the first. It's really just kind of a waste of space. It is good though if for some reason if you like to separate your work orders page by page, if they're going to different parts, different areas in production, and you want that information to show on every page, it can. That's kind of why that option's there. Show parts, you're probably going to want to leave that checked for for your work order, so production people will see what's going on and have a better idea for it, know what they're working with. We'll go ahead and preview it. Customer information, parts grid, description, and this is being pulled in from your product layout. If you want to show totals, go in, check it, come down, and you'll see everything. And this is the total right here. So, all right, just again, it's just all various options that you want to make your work order, invoice, estimate look how you want it to look. And also, if you do make changes, you can come down here, save these settings as default, and it'll save those, and you won't have to go in and change these options every time you go to run the report. All right, we'll take a look at the WIP report. It's a good example as far as all the different options that you have. Again, you'll see all these right here. Again, it's just different options that to show or not to show on the report. You see show voided, show sale, show close. This report can also be used if you wanted to go in and select the date range and see every order that was created in that particular date range, even if it's voided, closed, sale. We're going to use it just as a WIP report right now, so we'll leave those unchecked. Show PO information, all kinds of different options that you can do. If you go down, you'll see, all right, we want to select a certain date range. Custom is if you want to come in here and manually enter in a certain range that you're looking for. Standard, you'll see all these today, this week, last week, all those kind of different options. We'll go ahead and leave it at all for this purpose, just so we'll have more information to view. Division right here. If you are running multiple divisions and you want to run this WIP report for just one particular division, you can come over, uncheck the select all option, and just select the one or multiple divisions that you're looking for. I'll just leave it as all again. Entered by, if you want to look for all orders that are are in WIP entered by a particular person, deselect, come over, and you can actually select multiple people as well. First level grouping, if you want to sort by the orders in WIP by what station they're at, design, printing, production, anything like that, sort it by company. It's really just the way you want to be able to view the information. Line item station, if you go back up here and you'll see show line items. If you do choose to show line items, you can check that. We'll leave it unchecked, and since it's unchecked, this isn't really pertinent for this example. Order level sorting, we can sort it by due date, order created date, order number. I like to leave it as due date personally, just to put the emphasis on what what projects are due and when. Order station, if you want to only show orders that are in a particular station, whether it's in design, just anything general, installation, anything like that. And we'll leave it as all, so we'll have more things to look at. We'll go ahead and preview this. You'll see sorted by company, all the different orders going down. Scroll through. All right, and if you go back up to the setup option and decide that you don't want it to sort by company, we want to sort it by the salesperson. Come in, select salesperson, preview it again, and instead of being sorted by company, it's now sorted by salesperson. So all Kyle's orders in WIP, Steve, go through, and all the different. And then also there's the checkbox that says show PO information. So any PO that you've created that is linked to that order for these parts will show here. And that's, again, it's an option whether you want it to show or not. All right, let's take a look at another good example, the sales report. Oh, and also this WIP report, this WIP summary, and then all of these under here are actually, they're all actually the same report. Those options that I was just showing you guys, what these reports are just, that same report with different options, with the options are preset and saved to, just to avoid having to go in and select, those options each and every time. If you want to see it by line item station, instead of having to go through and select those options every single time you want to run it, this way, that report's already saved for you. All right, let's take a look at, just the standard sales report. Again, looks, fairly similar to your options, in terms of the WIP report. You want to sort it by all your customers, that's fine. If you want to run your sales report just for a certain number of companies, you can come in here, or just one. If you want to run multiple, you can select the group option, come over here and unselect all, and you want to run it for ABC printing and ABC pawn, you can select it that way. All right, again, date range, standard, custom, whatever you're, whatever you're kind of looking for. We'll go ahead and leave it as all. Division, just like the WIP report, if you want to run your sales report for, one particular division, this is where you would do that. First group sorting, again, I typically like it to view it as primary salesperson, usually how I sort it. But again, if you want to see sales sorted by product, if you want to see all your sign cabinets or all your electric signs or all your roll sign prints, you can select that. We'll put it as primary salesperson. And if you only want to see your sales report for one particular product, you can come in, unselect that. You only want to see digital sales of digital copies, and you can come here and select that. Salesperson, you don't have to run the report for every salesperson, just like on the WIP report. Come over and say we only want to run it, for Kyle. We could select Kyle. Secondary grouping, it's sorted by the primary salesperson, and then say we want to sort it by company. So we'll have Kyle sorted by just Kyle, and then all his sales sorted by company. So we have Kyle and all of his orders that he's done with ABC Pawn Shop. We'll go down, and then any orders from McDonald's, walk-in. So you can sort it, multiple different ways. So if we wanted to sort it by, instead of company, we wanted to see it by the different products that he sold to see. So preview. So instead of sorting it under Kyle by company, you'll see, the channel letters, and then all the different products that he sold: rigid sign print, roll sign print, and things like that. So there's just, there's a lot of options for these reports that, I can't emphasize enough for you guys to, take the time and go through and really kind of play with it to see, what you can do and how you can make these reports look differently to give you the information that you need, as quickly as possible. So, all right, I want to, thank you guys again for coming.